It's good here. All right, good evening, everyone. Let me just make sure everything's working good on my end here real quick. Just want to make sure we're good, and it looks like we are. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It is 8:37 Central, 9:37 Eastern, and we have a new tornado warning that has just been issued here. Let me get this set the way it needs to be set here. New tornado warning that has just been issued. Let me get everything situated here on the screen. And let me get this up here. This is a new tornado warning. And this is going to go in effect for northeastern Grayson County, southwestern Hardin County. This is till 9:15 Central, 10:15 Eastern Time. National Weather Service Doppler radar has indicated a radar indicated rotation. This is going to be right along the Hardin-Grayson County line near Big Clifty. So let me just make sure everything's working here. If everybody can hear me correct, make sure that everybody can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat box. I want to make sure everything's working good on my end. And there's a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued on top of that tornado warning for the line of storms that is coming in. There is the radar indicated rotation there. The new tornado ID, which is in beta for WeatherWise, kind of gives a percentage on tornadic chances, giving it a 60.4% chance. So thank you guys for letting me know that you guys can hear me. So we look at, you can see right here, right off the bat, you see this little kink in the line. We talk about these kinks in these line of severe thunderstorms, and that is your kink right there. We'll look at the velocity mode here, and you can kind of see where that rotation is, and that's going to be right there. I know this tornado ID is down here. It doesn't have the best placement, but the area of rotation is going to be right here, just south of the Western Kentucky Parkway, near the Big Clifty area. This is going to be in right along the Hardin-Grayson County line, right there near Big Clifty. That is your area of rotation. It is moving to the northeast. It's going to be moving right over the community of Summit. This is going to be moving pretty much right along the Western Kentucky Parkway. So if you live near the Western Kentucky Parkway coming out of Grayson County into Hardin County, you need to be in your tornado safe zone now. Again, this is a radar indicated rotation. This is nothing that has been confirmed, but this is a pretty strong area of rotation. Very possible, has the possibility of producing a quick spin up tornado. Now, these storms that we're seeing more than likely produced a small tornado in Butler County not too long ago. So I want everybody to take these storms seriously. If you're in this tornado warning box, you need to be in your tornado safe zone now, immediately, okay? That area of rotation is literally right there on the Grayson-Hardin County line where the Western Kentucky Parkway comes across those two county lines. That is where your area of rotation is right now. So again, if you're in Hardin County and you live near the Western Kentucky Parkway, you need to be in your tornado safe zone immediately. Nothing confirmed, anything like that, but there is, this area of rotation is strong enough that there very well could be a quick spin up tornado. So if you live in the communities of Summit, White Mills Junction, Eastview, Star Mills, Stevensburg, Glendale even, probably needs to be in your tornado safe zone, all the way up to Cecilia, all the way up to St. John. We'll do a quick zoom out so everybody can kind of see what we're looking at here. And let me take this alert off. That way we can kind of clean up the screen just a little bit here. But you guys can kind of see what we're looking at here and where that tornado warning stands in the grand scheme of things here, okay? Let me see if I can actually take that. I don't want that on there. Okay. I was going to try and take that tornado ID off, but I don't want to spend a lot of time doing that right now. But that tornado ID is showing up, that area right there. Again, that doesn't have the best placement. That rotation still continues to be right there along the Hardin-Grayson County line. So again, I know I got a lot of questions coming through. Don't want anybody to freak out. We're not expecting a major severe weather outbreak or anything like that. We'll do a quick zoom out. You guys can kind of see how these storms are progressing. All the storm activity is right here in this area along the Grayson-Hardin County area. We don't have any other storm activity, so we're not expecting the Green-Taylor and points to the south to be in any type of severe weather situations for the remainder of the night. These are just some isolated severe storms, tornadic storms. So we're also going to highlight the severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued too. So the National Weather Service has also issued a severe thunderstorm warning, and this is going to go for west central Nelson County, west central LaRue, northeastern Grayson, southwestern Bullitt, and Hardin County. That's going to go until 10:15 Eastern, 9:15 Central. National Weather Service is stating 60-mile-an-hour winds, and wind gusts is going to be the primary threat with this, but they're also indicating a tornado is possible inside this this severe thunderstorm warning, which is this little black box that I'm highlighting right here. That is the severe thunderstorm warning. So 60-mile-an-hour winds and the potential for an isolated tornado inside this black box. So Elizabethtown, Shepherdsville, Radcliffe, Vine Grove, Lebanon Junction, Eastview, Longview, Belmont, Roanoke, those type communities, be alert, be in your severe weather safe area until these storms pass, because this storm coming through will have the potential to put up a quick spin up tornado at a moment's notice. So just please be aware of that if you are out and about or if you live in that area, so to say. So let's go back here. Let's zoom back in here to the tornado warning that we are covering. Let's go to the velocity mode here, and let's check out the latest. And right there it is, still a pretty good area of rotation right along the West Kentucky Parkway near the Summit community in Hardin County. And that's going to be near the Grayson County line, but it's right over top of the Western Kentucky Parkway. This rotation is going to ride the parkway into E-Town more than likely. So Summit, it's right on top of you right now. If you know anybody that lives near the community of Summit, that's right on top of you. If you live in White Mills Junction, you need to be in your safe zone now. This area of rotation is going to come right over top of you. Star Mills, Stevensburg. If you live in any of these communities or know anybody that lives in any of these communities here in the southern part of Hardin County, you need to let them know that they are under a tornado warning and there is rotation in the area. Again, nothing's been confirmed. Haven't gotten any confirmations from the National Weather Service or anything like that. But there is a pretty strong area of rotation right there in the Summit community in Hardin County. Again, this is moving off to the northeast, right along the Western Kentucky Parkway. And there's that updated tornado warning. They have expired Grayson County because that area of rotation is not in Grayson County anymore. It's right there in the Summit community. So again, if you know people that live in this area, let them know that they are under a tornado warning. So we're going to continue to watch this area of rotation here. We'll wait for the newest scan to come in. Should be coming in any second. But again, one of my favorite mentors in the meteorology field, James Spann, he always says it, respect the polygon. So if you're inside this polygon, you need to be in your tornado safe zone until this warning expires. Especially if you're down here in the Summit community, the White Mills community, White Mills Junction, Eastview. Those are the cities that's going to be first in line of this area of rotation here. So our storm chaser, Chris Evans, he lives in Elizabethtown. He is out in the field. So he's going to be reporting back to me to see if he sees anything suspicious. So there's the newest scan that just come in, and that area of rotation has weakened, so that is good. Still, we'll put this radar into motion here. You can kind of see, let me zoom out here. So you can see the area of rotation right here. Yeah, here, let me zoom out just a little bit. That way you guys can kind of see it a little bit better. Yeah. So right here, here we go. Right here's where your rotation will start showing up. You guys will see it. You'll see the brighter greens and the darker reds. That's where that rotation is showing up there. And then at that very last, right here on the very end of this circle, you'll see it kind of weaken a little bit. That brighter green kind of dissipates and the darker red goes to a lighter red. That means those velocities are coming down. The wind speeds are coming down. It's not rotating as fast as it was. And so again, when you need a tornado, you need a tight area of rotation for you to have a tornado. And I've used this analogy before. Think of it as a ballerina. If a ballerina has its arms straight out, spinning in a circle, you can spin fast, but you're not going to be, you're not going to be spinning very, very fast with your arms out. And then when you put your arms down, that's when you go faster. So when you have a tighter area of rotation, think of it as a ballerina with its arms down. You spin a lot faster. So this area of rotation has went from a ballerina with its arms kind of like an A shape with its arms out just a little bit more. So therefore that area of rotation is not rotating as fast. So you're less likely to see a tornado reach the ground when that spin's not as tight, right? So this area, again, but we don't want to let our guard down. I don't want anybody to let their guard down because we can see these things spin back up relatively quickly. But we're still watching this area around Summit. So if you're in Summit or right along the Western Kentucky Parkway there, be in your tornado safe zone as a precaution. Let me get the update here from the National Weather Service. They did put out a updated tornado warning. So this tornado warning remains in effect until 10:15 for South Central Hardin County. Doppler radar still indicates a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. Cecilia, Eastview, White Mills Junction. These are a lot of the communities we've been talking about. St. John, Franklin Crossroads, Star Mills. Those are a couple of the communities that the National Weather Service has highlighted. So again, if you're in this area, make sure you're taking cover. Move to a basement, interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. We live in Kentucky. I know everybody's going to be on the front porch watching. Please try not to do that. Please try to be in your safe zone as a precaution. These things can spin up very quickly. So let's go back here to the regular reflectivity mode, give everybody an update on what the storm actually looks like from just a regular radar perspective. And I want to zoom out too because we also still have this severe thunderstorm warning. This is a severe thunderstorm warning outside of the tornado warning. And let me highlight this here real quick. That way it's kind of, I know it's kind of hard to see what I'm talking about sometimes. So this area that I have highlighted here, this black box, this is a severe thunderstorm warning we are also tracking. This is for West Central Nelson, North Central LaRue, Northeastern Grayson, Southwestern Bullitt, and Hardin County. That's until 10:15 Eastern, 9:15 Central. And the National Weather Service states 60-mile-an-hour winds with an isolated tornado possible anywhere inside this black box as this storm moves to the northeast. It's moving to the northeast at 40 miles an hour. So Chris, our storm chaser, he is in E-Town. He just reported to me that there is a wall cloud on this storm coming into E-Town. So a wall cloud is the beginning stages of a tornado. So he is reporting that. So that is officially been reported by our team storm chaser here with 0 Meter Chasers. He is on this storm. He's feeding me updates. So that tells me this storm is definitely still rotating. It may not be rotating enough to put down a tornado, but there's definitely still some rotation there. And this area of rotation is going to be still in the White Mills community, but this rotation has went more to a broad rotation. So again, think of that ballerina spinning with its arms wide open. It's a very broad area of rotation that we're watching here. And how the best way I can show you guys that is you got the reds here and the brighter greens here. Okay? you need these to be right side by side. And they're not side by side right now. They're still rotating for sure. You still see this area of rotation. This is your area, but it's not tight enough to put down anything tornadic right now. So we're going to keep an eye on it. Doesn't mean to let your guard down by no means. This tornado warning has 22 more minutes on it, so we're going to watch it, see what the latest scans have. Looking through the comments, just want to see if there's anybody that's reported anything. Mike, yes, this is a radar indicated rotation. There's nothing that's been confirmed. Okay. So again, I also want to make this clear to everybody. I know there's a lot of people asking questions. We're not expected to see, a major severe weather outbreak or anything like that. There's still some storm activity down here in the Tennessee area, but we're not expected to see a major severe weather outbreak or storms ongoing hours after hours after hours into the night or anything like that. These are just some isolated storms. Again, this is something that we've highlighted for 2 days now. We expected to have some sneaky severe weather today, an isolated severe storm here or there with a low tornado threat. That's exactly what we've seen. I think this has been our second severe thunderstorm warning today. We've had some strong thunderstorms, for some special weather statement, 40-mile-an-hour winds, 45, 50 maybe. But as far as overall severe weather, we've only seen 2 or 3 warnings today. And that's pretty much what we expected to see. So we're going to see how much longer this storm stays severe. Even up here in the Brandenburg area, strong thunderstorm activity ongoing there. In the southern Meade County, from Brandenburg all the way to Vine Grove, and that's going to be moving. If you put the radar into motion on that one, that's going to be moving pretty much right over top of the Fort Knox area here in the next little bit. Radcliffe area is going to see some strong thunderstorm activity as well, but like I said, if you zoom out here, nothing really ongoing that's concerning at all to the south of this. So we have some thunderstorm activity, shower activity, but there's nothing to be concerned about. So I don't want anybody to get too freaked out over what's going on right now. We still have a serious situation ongoing right now. Anytime we have a tornado warning, you want to treat it seriously, right? But outside of this, unless this storm spins up again, we're not expected to see any type of major severe weather activity all night long or anything like that. Let's see what we got here. So let's go to the velocity mode here real quick. Let's get back. Let's see if we can get back on update on that. That's 52. So looking at the radar, again, there's still an area of rotation. It's going to be right along the Western Kentucky Parkway, right along the White Mills community. But again, not seeing anything that is screaming tornadic activity or anything like that. So that's definitely some good news on that aspect. Do want to show you guys something if I can get it here real quick. I want to see if I can get I should be able to. I want to get this picture of Chris that he has sent me here. Let me get it in here real quick. This is the image of the lowering in Elizabethtown. sure this is right. Hang on. There we go. All right, let me get this resized. Hang on here. We're gonna work on this on the chaser aspect here. These are gonna get better. Don't you worry. All right, here we go. So I don't want to stretch it too bad to distort the picture. But this is from our storm chaser Chris in E-Town. Shows the lowering very well on this storm. So you see how low that cloud gets? That's a wall cloud there at the bottom. That is the beginning stages. It shows the storm is rotating. So there's definitely some rotation with this storm. That's a great picture there from Chris. So appreciate Chris getting that to us. We're going to get here in the next 2 weeks. We're going to finalize everything, and when we have severe weather in the area, we're going to have local chasers out in the field, and they are going to be live. So we're going to have live storm chasers on these storms out in the field. So I will be able to pull that over onto the stream so you guys can see what's going live. So I do appreciate that from our colleague Chris Evans here at Zero Meter Chasers. So appreciate that there, Chris. There's some good news though. The National Weather Service has decided to let that tornado warning expire, and I do agree with that because, like I said, that area of rotation. There's still some areas in here, especially around the Stevensburg area, even down there near the Star Mills, White Mills area. There's actually probably a couple areas of rotation. You got one right here at Stevensburg, and then another one a little bit south of that near the White Mills community, right there along the West Kentucky Parkway. But both of these areas of rotation is not very tight. They're very broad. They're disorganized, and that's why the National Weather Service has allowed to let that tornado warning expire. So everybody that was in your tornado safe zone, I'm giving you the okay to come out of your tornado safe zone, but stay in your severe weather safe zone. Some of those might be the same, some was a little bit different. So for me, my tornado safe zone is in the basement. My severe weather safe zone can be upstairs, but maybe away from windows, maybe toward the central part of the house. Stuff like that. So I see Mike is in here now answering questions in the chat. So Mike is our chief meteorologist here at Zero Meter Chasers. He is answering questions. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask Mike. He'll get back to you as soon as he can. So thanks for jumping in there on the chat there, Mike. So the National Weather Service again has let that tornado warning expire, but we are going to continue this severe thunderstorm warning. So the newest update here from the National Weather Service, and that's going to be 8:59. That's right. This is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 10:15 Eastern for West Central Nelson, North Central LaRue, Southwestern Bullitt, and Central Hardin counties. National Weather Service they continue to highlight the same threats here: 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and isolated tornado possible. So again, we don't want to let our guard down, but if you look at the storm overall, we'll put a motion on this. See how it's really weakened and become disorganized just over the last 10 minutes or so. So that is some good news, and that's the environment we're dealing with. We're not dealing with an environment that's fully supportive of a major severe weather outbreak. We've got just enough energy and dynamics in the environment for a couple isolated severe storms, a couple isolated tornadoes. That's kind of what we've been dealing with this afternoon. More than likely, there was a isolated tornado earlier in Butler County. The National Weather Service will likely come out tomorrow and investigate that. That's going to be one county just to the west of Bowling Green. So more than likely, we'll see the National Weather Service confirm that tomorrow. We're going to wait and get their official word. Haven't got any damage reports from the tornado warning that was previously in effect here for Hardin County, Grayson-Hardin County. We'll wait just a little bit to see if any damage reports filter in. This could be an area the National Weather Service decides to investigate tomorrow if we have some damage reports, but we'll keep you guys in the loop on that. Haven't seen anything yet. That doesn't mean there wasn't any, okay? But just looking over just the last 10 minutes or so, you guys can really see how this storm has really fell apart organization-wise, structural-wise. It really has just fallen apart. So that is some good news. Nonetheless, still a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the next 13 minutes here. And this is going to be the strongest part of this storm is going to be in the Stevensburg area, the Cecilia St. John. It's going to be just to the west of Elizabethtown. But again, and even with that scan, it's weakened even more. So if this continues, we might even see the National Weather Service let this severe thunderstorm warning expire just a little bit early. So again, I want to zoom out here. I know there's a lot of people asking if is it coming to Greene County? Is it coming to Campbellsville? Is it coming to Liberty? No. All these storms that you see here, let's do just a big zoom out. All these storms that you see here is moving to the northwest. And that's going to be moving into the Louisville area. But again, these storms have really weakened here over the last little bit. So the strongest storms now, I would say, would be around the Brandenburg area and just the north. So let's see if I have anything from Chris, see if he's got any update. Chris, our storm chaser, he got out to chase the storm, and as soon as he gets out to chase, the storm just falls apart. So we're going to thank Chris. We're going to blame Chris and thank Chris for this storm weakening here in the Elizabethtown area. So if you live in the Elizabethtown area and you was worried about this tornado, thank our storm chaser, Chris Evans, for getting in his car, because the storms do not want him chasing it. So as soon as that storm knew he was getting in his car to chase it, it fell apart pretty quickly. So everybody give Chris a round of applause here. I'll even, throw a few claps in. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for killing that storm for us. We greatly appreciate that. Oh, me. That is some good news, though. Again, this storm's really fell apart. I would be surprised if this storm, if they even continue this severe thunderstorm warning much longer. I always look at another radar. This is something else James Spann has taught the weather industry. You're welcome, Chris. Anyway, this something else that James Spann. My camera is awful right now. Let me fix that. Hang on, and I'll tell you guys a quick story. There we go. When I was at Western, we had James Spann come talk to our the meteorology students one year, and one thing he said during the big super outbreak of April, 2011, I believe. I should know that, but he always uses two radars ever since that day, because there was one radar that was a few minutes behind, and he didn't realize it when he was live on television. So that's something I always try to do. I always try to keep another radar pulled up on the side that's not what I'm currently using. So this is WeatherWise on the broadcast that you guys are seeing. I use another radar app over here on the side just to make sure it's verifying what WeatherWise is showing. Because that, like I said, that is one thing that he stressed to everybody in the meteorology crew, is have two radar sources of information. That way you can verify that it's, both of them are matching up. So but yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap up our live broadcast here, guys. This severe thunderstorm warning here expires in 9 minutes. I do not see them. I mean, this storm, we'll wait for the latest scan to come in here and see if it weakens even more. And it pretty much stayed the same. I don't really see anything with that. So let's go down here again. Let's just kind of look here. We'll go back down here to the Hopkinsville radar site, and we are watching. Again, we're not expecting anything crazy, but we do have kind of a line of some thunderstorm activity here stretching from the Franklin-Russellville area all the way up to the Litchfield area. This is going to be on the western side of Warren County into Butler. Not really in Edmonson County, but maybe the northwestern portion and into Grayson County. Again, nothing really crazy with these storms, but these storms are picking up a little bit in intensity. So we could see, one of these storms might get a little strong or something. But again, we'll watch it. Chance that there could be an isolated severe storm if this line, strengthens a little bit. Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on it, but not expecting anything significant. But you never know, it's Kentucky weather, right? We've seen crazier stuff before. We've seen unexpected stuff before. We've seen expected stuff, but we've seen it all. and we'll probably see stuff we've never seen before it's all said and done. Not tonight, but at some point before we exit this earth, right? So we'll keep an eye on that. Outside of that, not really seeing anything that's significant. So, with that being said, we're going to end the live broadcast. This severe thunderstorm warning expires in 7 minutes. This is for the Elizabethtown area. They will not extend this. This storm has weakened well below. I don't even think it's severe limits now, personally. But National Weather Service probably let this severe thunderstorm warning ride out here for the next 7 minutes, just as a precaution. The storm could produce 40, maybe 50-mile-an-hour winds, so you could still get some wind damage out of this. So they're going to let this severe thunderstorm warning probably ride until its expiration. But outside of that, that's all I have for you guys. Stay weather aware, for the next couple hours. You're not expecting any further severe weather, but not going to rule out the possibility for an isolated strong, maybe an isolated severe storm here over the next couple hours. So, with that being said, appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate you guys trusting us. Me and the team here at Zero Meter Chasers is working hard. We got a lot of good things in the works here over the next month or so. So bear with us. We're getting better, trying to get better to provide better quality coverage for you guys and a more trustworthy platform for you guys to trust in. So hopefully you guys don't hear from me anymore tonight. And if you don't, have a wonderful Friday night and have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. But if you do, then you just get some bonus Corey for some covers tonight. So we'll watch things close.